Welcome back to the Snow Family Racing Channel, where I promised you we'd be hitting the road course. And there it is. Now, we've got an interesting twist. We've got the Riviera here and my 1985 Buick Regal with a 3.8 underpowered V6. We're gonna go have some fun. But that's the real reason we're here. We're gonna go shake it down. We're gonna have some fun. Let's do this. So here's the caliber of cars we've got. GTR, Buick Regal, Riviera. Looks like a Focus ST. We got some Porsches. We got some other stuff back there.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming out onto the track. 3, 2, 1, and away we go. that's it for one lap. We are doing a sight lap. You're riding with me in the 85 Buick Regal this time. We are doing a sight lap because of an on-track incident. We are into the next session, but that is totally okay. This is called a sight lap, meaning we are out there running single file, lots of room. We've got the track official out there showing us the correct lines to run. So this is low issue here. We will be just fine and dandy. And besides, we get to watch that Riviera a little bit. Now keep in mind, I'm going to run this thing flat out because it's all it's got. I'm in second gear, so I can afford to back off the throttle a little bit, into the turn, off the gas. A little bit of, okay, and apex. A little bit of brake. This one wide, says the instructor, and then you can come in a little bit tighter and then right to the outside. Run some brake, get it settled down. Into the Riviera starts to pull away. Back off. Outside. That's a little fast. We're just going to cool it down for this one. I don't need to run in hard. Just like that. There's our one lap, because this is amateur hour at Utah Motorsports Complex. That was fun. And no, this doesn't mean I'm going to become a road racer. I'm still a drag racer at heart. So this is the drive coming back from the Utah Motorsports Campus road race facility. It's raining. Looks like we probably chose the right session to go out and have some fun. They've got an advanced series and a amateur series. Obviously, we're amateurs at the at this track and all that good stuff. So, yeah, we're gonna go home and grab some ibuprofen for my neck, because all those turns with a helmet, I tell you what, that was a workout. So, yeah. Up ahead of me is the Riviera. We actually had some issues with the alternator at the very end. But, we'll work through that a little bit at a time. It wasn't the road racing that killed it. There was something else going on that killed that. So, we'll go back. We'll take a look at the car and make sure everything's okay. And, yeah, we'll go from there.
So it's been a couple of days since our track experience. So we're going to take a look at the car, the Riviera specifically, to make sure that everything that we just did, the sway bars, the suspension, everything, we're going to make sure that everything is still where it needs to be. And if there's any issues, we're going to figure out how to correct that. So let's hop underneath. We're just going to take a look under the front and back and kind of, reach under there, wiggle things, make sure they're still tight, and see how we did. So let me just talk to you about some of the things I'm looking for. The sway bar, this big beast right here, that's tight. The strut rods are tight. The strut rods attach at the frame to the control arm. They keep the control arm located front to back. Everything is still tight on that nut.
The sway bar is still tight, no wiggles, no nothing. Everything looks like it's where it needs to be. And the good news is, something I was slightly worried about, but isn't an issue, is the clearance on the oil pan to sway bar. There is plenty of room, no issues there. Everything looks good on the other side too. I'm looking at the sway bar attaching mounts to the frame. They all look good too. So let's go to the back. So now we're at the back of the car. You know, first thing I did, just reach under and give the sway bar a good hearty wiggle. There's no movement up there where it attaches. Everything's still tight. There's no motion. The springs are still where they need to be. Over there, you can kind of see it. My lighting is a bit difficult because I'm just literally laying under the car. So, other things that I'm looking at. The strut rod, still solidly tight. The control arms look good. As does, let me get my hand out of the way, sorry about that. The upper control arm. Everything looks like where it needs to be. The bolt is still, clean and clear through the nut. Everything looks good. So, all things considered, a very successful outing with the Riviera. Now, after looking at stuff, everything is still tight. It's where it needs to be. That's a good sign. I did unearth a charging system gremlin that we'll have to address, but let me dig into that a little bit more before I just go, whole hog and say, oh, it's the fill in the blank. There's a little bit more things going on than just that. So, all the suspension components are tight. The car did fantastic. I mean, the drum brakes, they're drum brakes. They're going to have some brake fade. Even my 85 Regal did a fantastic job. The thing was a blast to drive, even though it has no power. But, all things considered, that was a good outing. Now, guys, don't be afraid to go play with your cars. If you ever get the opportunity to go play at a road course, autocross, drag strip, drag racer here, guilty as charged. But, guys, if you ever have the opportunity, go play with your cars. They're fun for a reason. Go play. So, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.